Now, IT major Wipro has reported its second quarter numbers, and it seems to be a mixed bag this time. It's given a guidance of 0.5 to 2% for the coming quarter, and margins for its IT services have also slightly improved, coming in at 15.1%, which means it's up by 16 basis points. But just to understand these numbers better, we're being joined by the management. Thierry Delaporte is CEO at Wipro. Saurabh Govil is CHRO, and Jatin Dalal is CFO with Wipro. Great to have you gentlemen with us this evening. Thierry, your guidance of 0.5 to 2% growth in the third quarter, that has failed to enthuse the street. Do you want to call out the specific headwinds that you are seeing, especially in Europe?
You know, we try to stay very close to the market, and you know, the fact that we are communicating with our clients constantly to listen and hear from them what they are seeing. I think we just recognize that the market has changed. It's a reality. The market we are in is not the same that the market we had a year ago. Now, if we look at our volume of business, the pipeline, the bookings, the order book we have, you know, no reason to be worried. The business is good. But there is a climate of uncertainty that we didn't have a year ago. And I think that's the reason for being, you know, what I would say, cautiously optimistic, right? There's a certain level of caution, possibly. But we just feel that, you know, it's in this context, in this environment. We know also that the quarter three is a quarter of the furloughs, and we will see how things unfold with our clients. But you know, that's what's driving the guidance, the way we've seen. But you know, we don't see. You might, as always, there's quarters where you're growing a little more, some a little less. But you know, we are confident enough to know that we will grow double digit this year again.
Allow me to come to you, Jatin. Jatin, the deal win momentum has been decent. It's come in at around $725 million US. But really, in the wake of what Thierry just said, do you expect this to be the kind of slowdown that we can expect in the coming quarters? I mean, will it slow down to 400 to 500 million in the coming quarters? What are the expectations?
So let me take that. You know, we continue to see a very robust pipeline. We have had two very strong quarters of strong deal wins. Collectively, we have delivered 42% higher TCV than we had last year for first half. So overall, we feel very, very good about our pipeline, about the kind of deals that we are signing, and overall, we enter quarter three with a sense of confidence about our ability to close large deals.
Also, Jatin, the margin has been a big disappointment. Is this expected to worsen further given the full impact of the salary hikes and the seasonality that we typically see in the third quarter?
So we believe, our margins were exactly where we said they would be. Beginning of quarter two, we said the margins will remain in this range between around 15% range, and we have come with a slightly higher number for quarter two. As we enter quarter three, we will have an impact for 2 months salary increase. We gave salary increase on 1st of September, which has been very good increase for our employees. But it will have an impact in quarter three. Having said that, we feel confident we have sufficient operating levers at the play, and we should be able to defend margin at the levels that we are at.
Okay, so Jatin, would you say that the margins would be about 14 to 15%, or would you say it'd be 15 to 16% in the third quarter?
15 to 16.
All right. And Saurabh, coming to you, and of course, we need a lot of clarifications from you. A, has there been revocation of offers? B, has there been the kind of layoffs in Europe and India that we are talking about? And C, has variable pay been held for employees?
I'll go one by one. First of all, we will honor every offer we have made, so there is absolutely nothing which is going to impact us. It is only as per our schedule, and we'll offer every offer we have made. Second, as you know, we have taken a restructuring cost hit, and we will make sure that in this, so there have been some restructuring happened, especially in Europe in this quarter, but that's a once-off as we see. As Thierry had called it out in the press conference earlier, nearly 85% of our colleagues this quarter would get 100% of their variable pay.
Fair enough. And Thierry, how has Capco performed? What's been the scale-up like for the European business?
You know, outstanding growth for Capco in the first 15 months. Outstanding growth. Significantly more than what we had anticipated or planned at the time of the acquisition, frankly. As expected, slowing down as, you know, as the market is changing. Classic from consulting type of business, you know, early cycle, so first one to slow down, but also, you know, the first one to accelerate. So that's what, you know, that's, you know, as expected or anticipated, I would say. You know, the growth has slowed down in Q2 for Capco. Having said that, if I look at the volume of synergy deals that Capco and Wipro have won together, it continues to accelerate, it continues to increase. And if you look at the overall growth of our banking and financial service sector, it also continues to accelerate and perform very well. So that's, you know, I balance really the way we look at it, because, you know, on one side we see possibly a little less growth from the consulting side, but increased chances of winning larger deals, and overall growth faster than, you know, before.
And Jatin, do tell us about the pricing. How has it been both for renewals and the new contracts? Are client conversations turning more difficult around repricing? And what has been the win rate for these large deals that Wipro has struck?
So let me answer both the questions. You know, the pricing has always two components. One for large deals, and large deals will be competitive no matter what time of cycle that you're fighting a large deal. It will always be competitive, and they remain competitive. However, overall pricing environment, which is on the larger business, it remains quite good. In fact, I would say the pricing is holding well. We have been able to win some price increases which are driven by the value of the services that we provide, and you know, we have invested heavily into areas like cybersecurity, cloud, engineering, data, and all of these areas, those investments reflect the sort of value we are driving for our customer, and that eventually reflects in the price we are able to command for it. So overall, I am quite glad with the overall pricing environment, and large deals will always be competitive, Anisha.
Okay, and Saurabh and Thierry, we cannot let you go without your comments on moonlighting. Are there more layoffs that are on the cards? Are we expecting those?
This is nothing new which we are doing. This is a contract signed by our employees when they join the company. If anybody is in conflict of that contract, we will take action. We have taken in the past, we will continue to do it. So I think we are just making too big a deal. We just want to make sure that we just want to protect the conflict of interest issue, which is contractually written by our colleagues. Nothing more, nothing less.
If I can add one thing, you know, because, you know, indeed we've heard a lot of things, and I think it's, you know, we need to apply good sense on an issue like this one. And what's driving us is also, you know, a certain sense of what's right, what's not. If you are working for Wipro and say, you know, at night you do a couple of hours, you know, in a restaurant, or, you know, in a media or whatever, or over a weekend, that's okay. But if you are working full time as well for another company that is that puts you in conflict of interest with Wipro, it's not right. And I think that's what we are saying, and I don't think there's nothing new. I don't think it's specific to this quarter or the previous one. we just don't accept. And I don't think nobody should accept that, you know, people are working for two different companies that could potentially be competitors.
All right, gentlemen, we'll have to leave it there. Thierry, Saurabh, and Jatin, thanks very much for joining us on ET Now about the second quarter numbers that Wipro has come up with. Thank you indeed for joining us.